likely in that time frame. It would probably be, the browser would be upgraded at that time as well.
There's supporting Adobe Flash 9.1 or?
I'm not sure off. I can check on that.
What's the price?
There's no price point announced at this point.
And no carrier.
No carrier announced, but it's going to be multi-region. But at this point, no announced carriers and no announced price points.
When's that going to? Isn't that a key factor in this whole?
Yeah, the carriers are all in. I mean, there are carriers with it. We're just not announcing it. And this is going to be launching first half of this year.
What version does it launch with?
This is launching with version 1.5, which is Cupcakes, and then it'll be upgradable to 2.1.
So Click and Backflip will go at the same time?
Click is also, as Sanjay announced, is going to be upgradable to 2.1 as well.
Do you have the specific date in terms of when, which month, which quarter it's going to upgrade to 2.1?
No, we don't have any data on that, but it will be upgraded this year to 2.1. So again, let's see, what else can I tell you about this?
Some specs, could you?
Sure. So 3.1 half the VGA screen. I mentioned the 5-megapixel camera. I mentioned the Wi-Fi.
Camera, do you have the LED flash?
It's got a flash. You can see right there.
Okay.
It's autofocus.
Take a picture of us.
All right. Let's see, who else can we get in the picture here?
We'll take a picture of them. They seem to be chatting.
I think, since you were volunteer. Hold on here, let me go back to home screen. And firing up the camera here. All right. Let's see. Let's frame it appropriately. There we go. And a 1 and a 2 and a 3. Let's focus. There we go. So it's kind of an interesting indoor lighting environment here. You can pick that up. Of course, you can attach these to emails. You can click on it to make it larger.
Yep.
Right, you can go right to the gallery. You can set it as your wallpaper. We'd like you as our wallpaper here.
Well, for the rest of the night, maybe.
Let's make you all the wallpaper now. We can do that.
Can you tell us about like RAM and ROM, the processor?
It's got a Qualcomm, I believe it's a 7201 processor in it.
528.
Clock speed? Yeah. And then it's got, I believe, 512 by 256 RAM. You may know the actual expandable card. It comes up to, you can expand this up to, is it 16 or 32 on the SD? 32 on the SD card. So it's got, SD card is installable.
Do you know what it'll ship with, like a 2 gigabyte card?
So I've got a 4 in here right now. So
Keyboard. You need to show the. I'm sure it's part of what you're going to show. But I'm impatient to show the tabletop mode.
Yeah. So let me show you. Thank you for reminding me, Elon. So I'll go back to the main screen. So on here, what it does is you can put it in the tabletop mode.
That's the table.
So if we do that, what it does is it will convert into. You can have it be an alarm. Whoop.
That's a good feature.
Yeah, so it can be basically if you get it at the right thing, and you have the alarm clock. You can have the big clock on there.
Yep.
It'll have the weather widget on there.
And where's the USB port so it doesn't get in the way when you're on the tabletop mode?
USB port is back here, so you can have the USB port plugged in, so you can still charge it.
Okay. How long's the battery?
There's the.
Do you know how many milliamp is
You can pull it out. I believe it's about a 1200.
How long will that last?
It depends on your use pattern, really.
Yeah.
It depends.
Yeah.
I mean, it widely varies. If you're a heavy browser,
Right, I understand.
it's going to burn up a lot. If you're someone who's just sitting in the background, what is a 1200 milliamp hour? 1300. 1200, 1300.
And this, so you should need to show the.
Yeah, I already showed the back touch on there.
You did?
Yeah.
But you can play video in that tabletop mode?
Yes, you can play. I believe you can play video in the tabletop mode. I've just used it as an alarm clock, but I haven't done it that way.
Yeah,
But yes,
just
but I believe you can play video in the tabletop mode. You also have the home screens on Android, which you're probably familiar with, which you can, you have multiple home screens that comes configured. Now you can configure it a variety of different ways. So you can download with the marketplace. You can download Wi-Fi on/off. You can download Bluetooth on/off. So it's got full Android marketplace access. And depending on the carrier, it'll have carrier-specific applications built into it as well.
Got it.
But this is just kind of the standard generic form that we're showing here today. You guys are probably all familiar with Android, so there's probably not a whole lot of value in taking you through the basic Android stuff.
Yeah, this is more target consumer versus business enterprise.
What's that?
Target's more consumer than the enterprise business.
It's probably a little bit of both. I would say it's more consumer oriented, but when you look at it, I use it for it. You can get your corporate email on it. So I get my corporate email. I get my corporate calendar on here. I also have my personal email. It syncs with Microsoft Exchange. It also syncs with Motorola run Google Apps.
Right. No, but
The corporate version. But I get my Google Apps, and I also get my Exchange on there as well. I get my personal email on here. You can get Gmail accounts, or you can set it up for your other personal email accounts. You can pull that.